The main technical aspect for this piece's production was the recording of live string parts and their editing. Microphone placement and type selected took some experimentation, but the final combination used was an AKG C414 XL2 condenser mic, omnidirectional polar pattern, for cello placed at distance 2R away, about 800mm vertically from the floor, for violin and viola placed at distance R away, about 300mm vertically from the floor. Where this mic is quite colourful in its high frequency response, its positioning closer to the floor for the violin and viola helped to mitigate excessive scratchiness from those instruments' recorded sound quality. An SE Electronics 2200A condenser mic figure of 8 pattern for cello placed at distance R away, about 250mm vertically from the floor, for violin and viola placed at distance 2R away, about 600mm vertically from the floor. In each case, this mic was placed in what was judged to be the sweet spot for each instrument. Its slightly darker frequency response in comparison to the C414 rendered it useful for capturing the lower frequencies of each instrument. A Shure SM58 dynamic mic mounted on a stereo bar with a Kumba 1808 dynamic mic, both cardioid polar pattern, at distance R high from the bridge of each instrument. Their frequency responses in combination were found to complement each other well for recording strings. However, whilst their preamps were set quite high for recording, the level they actually registered was very low, leading to negligible effect on the sound of the four mics in combination. These combinations of distances from each instrument mitigate phasing issues between the four microphones. The room chosen to record in was a compromise between a larger, nicer sounding room that had little sound isolation against the noise from outside, and a worse sounding room with better noise isolation. Test recordings of each instrument were also taken prior to any recording on the actual project to check mic positioning and experiment with mixing and processing enhancements. These have been replicated on the final piece. All recordings were taken at 24-bit 96 kHz. Where the sound of an ensemble of instruments is the desired timbre at a point in the piece, up to 5 takes were recorded and layered on each other. The occasional take folder was also necessary in places, for example where it was necessary to redo the part of a take rather than a whole. The recorded strings were then processed by trimming silences and noise from clips and sending tracks for each microphone for each instrument to their own bus in Logic for further processing, including EQ, reverb, etc., where these were expected to vary slightly for each microphone rather than applying something globally. Finally, those microphone buses were sent to another overall bus for each instrument to facilitate balancing output volume against the other non-live parts. Additionally, a little sample recording and editing was carried out to make extra percussive sounds for the film's first fight section towards the beginning. The items producing those extra percussive noises were recorded as close as possible to an SC Electronics 2200A in mono.